Hey everybody out there, this is Seto, and today for you guys we are going to be opening up the Link Starter Deck. Yes, what is it called exactly? The Starter Deck Link Strike. We'll be opening this up today. I got 3 of them. Actually, there was a really good pre-order deal on eBay and I was able to pick it up very easily, but we're going to pick it up today. So what does it say on the back here? It says, this starter deck has everything you need to learn how to duel with your friends, including the ready to play deck, beginner's guide, and how to teach you about the new mechanic Link summoning. So this contains the basic Link monsters that we have at the moment until we get Code of the Duelist, and I think about 2-3 weeks. I think it is 2 weeks, something like that. But we get Link Spider, Decode Tarker, and Honeybot. So without further ado, let's open this up. So yeah, I'm actually really excited. The mechanic is really fun, actually. Yeah, I know people say they don't like it because it hurts a lot of other mechanics. I agree, but the more I've been playing Links at locals and just online, the more I've found to it that there's a bunch of ways to adapt, and I know for a fact, like they're already doing right now, they're making generic Links to help other decks out that need it. So I think with time, we will see stuff come out to help everything out, if we just are patient enough. But yeah, so we got our new Link book. This is the new guide, talks about the Link mechanic, talks about all the new setups we have. Your pendulum zones are down here now. Your Link markers are up here. So it talks about all that. Definitely something you definitely need to read up on. Then you got the new, let me put this over to the side here for a second. We got the new playmat, which everybody at locals seemed to be using when I went tonight. This being the first time at my locals, the main locals I go to, that, you know, everybody just was walking around with these paper mats tonight playing on them, trying to get used to it. So yeah, but yeah, you got your 2 Link zones here. You got your pendulum zones down here now. So you only have 3 spell and trap zones if you're playing pendulums, which sucks, but that's okay. Your main monster zones now, as they're called, and your extra deck monster zones up here. Your field zones, your graveyard, your extra deck, and your main deck. So yeah, everything in the same place. Do they have anything on the back for this? No, they don't. So pretty simple. One thing to mention, a lot of people have been asking me about, you know, are playmats like this that have no zones on it, are they obsolete now? Well, in the OCG, if that's an indicator of anything, and also over here in the TCG, you can still use these playmats, but you have to be very specific to your opponent, where your zones are at, and it's very helpful to use some type of dice, or for example, let's just use this booklet here, to place it up here, and then declare this for you guys, if you're looking on the screen, your right zone and your left extra deck zone. So you can easily do that by using a little marker of some type to play on these playmats, and then from there you can visualize everything else. It's very easy and very simple. So these playmats, they haven't been banned in the OCG. They're probably not going to get banned over here if you have these, if you're worried. So I just wanted to go all over that before we get into this. So what new cards do we have? We have Link Slayer. You would think he would be like, if he's called Link Slayer, he would actually help against Links, but he doesn't. But he's a very good card. We'll read him very quickly. It says, if you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. Once per turn, you can discard up to 2 cards and target that many spell or trap cards in the field, destroy them. So he is a Cyber Dragon that has a MST effect. Well, not MST, but he does get rid of spell and trap cards, that's pretty good. Then you got Decode Talker, and if you guys haven't noticed for these new rarities here, and as far as we know, this is probably going to be in Code of the Duelist as well, they still have, just like in not Battles of Legend, but the recent set we got, Battles, whatever that set was called, your stars now are hollow and your attributes are now hollow, which is awesome on most of your rarities for Ultimate Rares on up. Then you got Decode Talker, Very good card. If you guys don't know what Talker does, I'll read it to you. It takes 2 effect monsters. 2 plus effect monsters, excuse me. Gain 500 attack for each monster it points to. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets cards you control. Quick effect, you contribute one monster this card points to, negate the activation if you destroy that card. So pretty good card there. These are actually the first time, like besides tonight, that I actually got to see these. Like Ram Clouder, this is like a token generator, I believe. You contribute 1 monster, then target 1 Cyberus monster in your GY, which I'll talk about what that means in a second. Special summon it. You can only use the effect of Ram Clouder once per turn. Now, if you're wondering what GY means, alright, GY means graveyard now. They've abbreviated it, which I guess takes up space, but it also worries me because we're going to get more walls of text on Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I guess we're already doing that. Now, Honeybot here is actually pretty good if you're playing Cyberse, and will pretty much be very good in the future if you want to play the deck. The Cyberse deck. The new, well, not Cyberse deck, but Cyberse new monster mechanic, actually. It's like we had Worms, and when we got into Pendulums and Psychics before that, but now we got Cyberse. It requires 2 Cyberse monsters. Neither player can target monsters this card points to with card effects, and those monsters can't be destroyed by battle. So that's pretty good, actually. Makes them have to, it kind of gives this like card like a New Age Marauding Captain effect if you play in the Cyberse archetype. Then Lynx Fighter, I don't even need to read this card because I was actually playing with this tonight. Locals, pretty much takes 1 normal monster to make, and you know, pretty much can go things like that. Once per turn, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower normal monster from your hand to your zone that this card points to. So yeah, it just helps be able to go for, just like if you have goat tokens, you can use this. Gofu, you can use it. Not Gofu. Gofu, if you know what Gofu is, the Blackwing is pretty much a decode talker. This you can use scapegoats for, as well as Mrs. Radiant when that comes out of Coda the Duelist. Then we have Bitron and Dragnet, which is pretty much I would consider this a new age, I guess you're Agent of Earth, because literally you normal summon this, then you can special summon out the Bitrons, and you can use Bitron to go into Link Spider, or depending upon the situation, you can go into Decode Talker sometimes. Then we have Galaxy Serpent as a reprint. We got Master Shield Dragon, which is a worm, which I always like this card, just looks kind of cool. A 2000 beater. Beast King Barbaros, good card with skill drain back in the day. Cyber Dragon. Meet your Link's, your Link Slayer. Old Cyber Dragon, New Age Cyber Dragon. Oh, and GX, Zexal Cyber Dragon. Back when Photon Thrasher was that Cyber Dragon. So you had Cyber Dragon, then people called this Cyber Dragon, now we call this Cyber Dragon. Then we got oh my gosh, I've always played this card, I'm having trouble pronouncing it. Exion Universe. Goat format, Evil Swarm Mandragora, one of my favorite cards, Marauding Captain. I have a deck built around him, I just need to update him a little bit, but yeah, I think this deck can definitely help that out. Then we got Sangan, good card. This is Sangan with the errata. Bandito. Somebody please send me Banditos. I love Banditos. Marshmallow. Karkar D, remember this card when it was a secret rare and it was worth a lot of money and played in every deck. Great card still. Raikou, the Light Swarm Hunter. Battle Fader, good reprint. Always am looking for Battle Faders. And Swift Scarecrows. And Effect Veiler. 3 pretty decent hand traps. Effect Veiler, a great reprint even though we don't play it in a lot of decks nowadays, but still a great card. Then we got Cynet Universe, which is a pretty decent card. It's a new field spell we have for the Cyverse archetype. I'll read it to you guys. All Link monsters you control gain 300 attack. Once per turn, you can target 1 monster in your graveyard. So that can be a Link monster to reuse it, whatever the case may be. Shuffle it into your deck. If this card on the field is destroyed by a card effect, send all monsters in the extra deck monster zone to the graveyard. So it's a pretty good card, but that's one of our new age cards we have, as I try to show them all off here. We got Monster Reincarnation, Dark Hole, MST, Book of Moon, Forbidden Lance, that's a good reprint. And never underestimate how good United We Stand is. I learned that tonight when I was playing against a young girl who came to our local. She's about 7 years old, and we helped her build a deck. And then I went to play against her, and she went Jinzo, United We Stand. She went Cyber Dragon, Jinzo, tributed the Cyber Dragon, went for Jinzo, and then equipped it with United We Stand. And I was like, oh, I gotta take this girl seriously now. But that was fun. Pod Duality, good reprint. Always could use pots, even though people think it's outclassed. It's still a very good card in certain decks. Burden of the Mighty. We finally got a reprint of Supply Squad. We haven't got this since the original starter deck, I think it was, when Pendulums came out. We got Terraforming. If it gets hit, it gets hit, but great reprint always. Jar of Avarice, good card. Call of the Haunted, good card. Mirror Force is going to see a lot more play at the moment right now. Until we get maybe Link monsters that float necessarily, but Mirror Force is making a comeback. Torrential Tribute is an amazing card in Link format. Ring of Destruction. Bottomless Trap Hole, still a good card actually, but nobody plays it because it targets. But yeah. Compulse, this card really helps against Link monsters if you guys want to know. If they go for their Link, one of these Link monsters, you just go Compulse or Bottomless. Fiendish Chain, and don't underestimate how good this card actually really is. Dark Bribe. So Dark Bribe. So, reprint wise, is this structure deck pretty good? I would have to admit this is one of the best starter decks that we have actually ever gotten in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, for playability, you could take literally 3 of these and actually build a deck out of them probably. Now, if you want to make money off this, well, everybody and their brother wants Decode Talkers and Link Spiders right now. So if you can buy them, get them. But, like I said, these are the new cards you get out of the set right here. But let's go over some of the good reprints, I think, if you wanted to invest in this for money. Good reprint, good reprint. These are making a comeback, so they're worth something. I mean, these here, I know people don't play them and they've been reprinted to death, but they're probably worth maybe $1. You could probably get them for. I mean, these right here, I mean, this is worth a couple bucks right now, even though it got a reprint. And then you have things like Bottomless. Dualities always go for a couple bucks. And this is a good reprint here. That's been reprinted to death, but it's still good. And I would say those are the good reprints. So, I mean, Terraforming on itself right now, I know like common Terraformings, even though it's going to get the ultimate reprint, still worth a couple bucks. So yeah, I think it's really worth it, your investment actually. These were literally, I think, the best starter decks they've ever made. But yeah, tell me what you guys think of the Link format. I know a lot of you guys don't like it, but I'm looking forward to it. And I can't wait for the next set to come out to actually release Links in bulk. So we have like things like Mrs. Radiant, Firewall Dragon. Can't wait to play around with Links in different decks. But hopefully with time they'll come up with more generic Link monsters, better ones, which they most likely will, and we can play them in some of our older decks that right now we can't play. But till next time guys, take care, have fun dueling, good luck dueling, and I'll see you guys next time. Link Shogun! I want to do that at the end.